people switch back and forth to that. I do see it in pros sometimes too, because I know, was it Nicole? She just did bodybuilding. She did the Titan, um, in Titan Grand Prix in Anaheim. I know she just switched to wellness, which is crazy. But
Well,
You mean Christine?
with
You mean
her,
Christine?
go ahead, Alex.
I think she
Go
was.
ahead.
I think someone who went from bodybuilding. I think she was talking about Christina Mendoza. Is that it?
oh yeah,
Or
Christina
Yeah,
Mendoza.
yeah.
Oh,
Well, with Christina, it's going to take a good while because how much she has put on in size and muscle. She has to really like strip down a lot of her upper body stuff. Now, one thing is if she has big quads, big legs, but if you look at the women now in the wellness division, they are just at a total level compared to when it first came in here. It was like about was it about good 5 6 years ago, and it has evolved over time. You one lady who one point she was doing wellness, and that was Megan Morrison. If anybody know if you know her as Dr. Megan Santa Barbara or Megan. She goes by either Megan Santa Barbara or I forget. She finally got married a while back, or Megan Morrison. And I was talking with somebody saying that her last competition, she was on stage around, I would say, somebody told me it was 180 pounds. Now that's really big for physique. That's almost at the level of Miss Olympia herself. So I'm gonna pull up her here. We can pull it up here. Give a second. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull up her link here. And I actually because I was at Tampa when she competed. That was her physique debut, and that was just this past month ago. It was a couple months ago, and she, I mean, to tell you the truth, she's a big woman. I think she stands at least around about a good, possibly 5'9", something like that, because she's kind of tall. I know my man David, he was there. He standing right beside her. But this woman, if she was doing wellness, but I think somebody told me she has some kind of issue, and then she decided to switch divisions. This woman could possibly do women's bodybuilding.
mm, I think she's. I don't know. Despite what I'm hearing, that she was recently had the heaviest weight from what I've heard. I think she's okay for where she is right now. I know she didn't rank that high this at the Olympia. I think she just, I don't know. It's up to her. You know how it is. Judge's feedback that affects the decision, or
Mhm. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of competitors go by the judges' feedback. What's your thoughts, Jamie?
I think she's right where she needs to be. Her upper body is definitely not bodybuilder. Her lower body, legs, all that. Her back is great, and she did bring that up from the. I think was she went in Atlanta Pro, right? And then
Yeah,
she
she did.
qualified. Yeah. So she definitely, if she wouldn't have to try very hard to be in women's bodybuilding. That is a pretty big league. I was 100 for reference. My off season, I was 180 pounds, and on stage I was 141. So that tells you in comparison. But she's also really tall though too. But yeah, I think she's right where she needs to be. I agree. Um, yeah, she's very impressive looking.
Yeah, yeah, and that thing is, the taller women they have to put on more size, and that thing is, you have to fill out your body compared to the girls who are a little bit shorter. We have a couple of guests here. Shout out to my man here. We hadn't had him on here. He was out here the other day, but he had to pop out. My big brother, Mr. Big Keith Williams, he's here. He's an IFB pro himself and a
Hi,
trainer
Keith.
and coach.
Good to see you.
What up? How are you guys doing?
Good.
Hey,
Good. How you
how
been?
you doing? Okay, Keith, this is Jamie. Jamie, this is Keith.
How are you
Hi.
doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good.
And also, we have here one of our followers. He's been following my channel for a good while. My man Josh Simpkins is in the building.
How's it going?
Nice to hear you
Hey,
again.
how you
I
doing? Hey, how you going, Josh? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Uh, we have some comments here in the comment section. Shout out to my guests who came through. Uh, this is from my man here.
Oh,
I'm sorry, my girl Nicole. Nicole says, "Hey
oh, hi,
George,
Nicole.
uh, and
Hey,
Alex,
Nicole.
I'm driving home, but I'm listening. Hey Jamie, shout out to Nicole. She is an OCB pro. Just about 3 weeks ago,
Nice.
yeah, she just also made her OCB pro debut. But my big bro here, he's been in the game, and he's married to IFB female bodybuilder, and she was the one who said she's thinking that some ladies might need to move up. And I said, you know what? We talked about it before, but because this is Satina and she's a competitor, and I respect for her, and she's a lovely lady, and I want to get Tina's feedback, being that she's in that level in women's bodybuilding.
What up, George? If I crash, call me.
Tina, I don't think we've ever met, Tina. I'm Alex. I messaged you for almost a decade now.
What's that?
Um,
Alex,
I,
this is Alex.
Tina, yeah. It's the first day we met.
Sorry, she's cutting out really bad.
Well, we'll just go ahead. Tina, go ahead. What you about to say?
So you wanted my feedback on people moving up.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, um, I would not have given Natalia the win because she looks like a bodybuilder, and now we're just telling women to get bigger in women's physique when it's already a problem that they look like bodybuilders. So, my opinion, she should have been second, and yet, I mean, Yo should have been in physique and she should have been in bodybuilding. I mean, if you look at the pictures, that's just 100. That's facts. Uh, and then you got second place. I mean, she looked like a physique girl. Um, Doing her antics is not necessarily professional or what should be done, but she says a lot of things that I hear a lot of girls say. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Take it with a grain of salt, keep it moving, but everybody's amplifying it by giving her the attention, and that's what she wants. So, you know,
Yeah. And she's
give
mentioned Sarah
someone,
Burgess.
when we give someone credit for being a bodybuilder in physique, then what are you going to do as a physique pro? I'm going to chase her look now, right? I got to get bigger. I got to get bigger. I got to get bigger. That's not what women's physique is. So I feel like giving her the win gave the wrong message, and it's just going to cause more confusion for people who don't know where the hell they need to be. And if we really went into it, like I told you, George, I should go into women's figure because I'm longer and I'm big and I have longer legs. My muscles and my legs look just like a physique or a figure girl. So why not me move to figure? Put some fucking heels on me and call it a day. So that's just my opinion. And people can say what they want, but if you literally look at both of her pictures, she looks like a physique girl last year, and Natalia looks like a bodybuilder this year. And you can't deny that because she is bigger than Angela Yo. I put the two together. She is bigger. Her legs are bigger. She's fuller. How do you give that a win in women's physique and expect girls not to want to get bigger now? So that's my two
Mhm,
cents.
mhm. It's kind of like when Sarah became champion, everybody chased after her look, that shredded look she has.
Right.
And because she's a leaner girl. That's why I think some people feel like if Shanique was still champion, they would chase after either one of those looks. Like, how you go back to how the vision has evolved from Daylin Bailey to Julie Nakar to Shanique, and now you have this back and forth between Sarah and Natalia.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I know a lot of people have an opinion about it, but being a pro bodybuilder myself, as soon as I saw her on stage, I'm like, if they give Natalia the win, this is sending the wrong message. I mean, and again, it's my opinion, but you're giving a girl that looks more like a bodybuilder the win, and you're already bitching that they look like bodybuilders. So how much damn sense does that make? I mean,
Does
an
make a
ace and
lot.
ace and a spade is a spade. So if you don't want them big, don't make the champion big,
Then keep
right?
up.
Kind of makes sense to me.
Then keep
So
in Muscle Barbie said there should be weight caps a few months back.
yeah, yeah. I mean, seriously, Angela Yo and her, she is bigger than Angela. You saw the picture. That's right
Yeah.
there. I put them side by side. I said she is bigger than the girl that took fourth in the Olympia in women's bodybuilding. How is that possible? don't get it. So anyway,
It's a mystery. It's a mystery. As you know, Angela, she turned pro like about 5, 6 years ago in physique, and then she made her pro debut in women's bodybuilding.
yeah, I was there.
And it's
That was
just
Chicago, right? Because I was there.
yeah, it was
She
Chicago.
won that.
Yeah, you were there in
Yeah,
Chicago because yeah, she won that show, and I think I don't know they want a certain look for one division, but then it's getting so close that it's like the other division where you just can't. You just it's kind of confusing, if especially
Yeah,
if
the
you're somebody
difference
from
is
the
the
outside looking
posing.
in.
One's open hand and one's closed fist.
yeah.
That's the only difference I see.
And why do we have figure
Mhm.
girls doing the front lat spread in their Olympia performance? Like, what the hell? I mean, we used to get crucified by judges that were like, do what is in your categories. If you're women's bodybuilding, do not do a physique pose. If you're in physique, do not do bodybuilding poses. The girl in figure did a front lat spread.
Sandy ran him off the stage at Junior U at the Nationals in South Carolina one year. She says, hands down by your side. Girls kept up flaring their arms. Hands down by your side. She goes, until they get it, take them off stage and bring another group out. That's what she said. That's when Dana Bailey was still an amateur.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's like now we have poses that are just they're doing whatever they want to do. When before they were very, very, and they would tell us in meetings, do your mandatories the way your mandatories are supposed to be done. Period. Don't intertwine the two. Don't do figure poses. Do bodybuilding poses. And then when I was watching some of the girls, I'm like, geez, is she in hills doing a front lat spread? It's not really happening. I mean, I know it's a good look when you're bigger from the back to make your waistline look smaller, but that's not your pose. So it's like I don't know. It's all so confusing to me anymore. And again, they're not. I don't feel like the criteria is being followed. And I'm like in the middle of need to get bigger now. Sandy and I send her everything. Like it doesn't matter if she's my judge or not. I will live and die by her word because she runs the shit. And she said that my upper body is. I don't need to get any bigger. I don't need to get any leaner. I'm perfect from the waist up. I'm perfect. It's just my legs. Well, again, that's because I'm 5'9". So, do I go to women's figure? They're big as shit on top, and they're leaner in the bottom, muscular but leaner. I mean, I know that's jumping 2 divisions, but I don't know. So,
Mhm. Yeah,
anyway, we're gonna try to grow my legs and see what happens.
yeah. Here we got a comment. Shout to our dear friend Nicole. He says, "Hey Josh, hey Keith." Shout out to
How's
Nicole.
it
Thank you,
going?
Nicole.
What
Yeah,
up?
uh, yeah. And I think it's up to really the IFB NPC. They know that one thing we talked about before was crossovers. How it affects, especially as an amateur. Like I know you crossed over. You were doing both physique and women's bodybuilding at your
She
last
was too
show.
big. As a women's physique competitor, they kept saying she was too big. So we go to nationals, North Americans, USA's, and she was placing second and third because she was too big. Because the common denominator was at that time women's women's physique girls were smaller, and she was too big. So obviously we were scared to take the jump from women's physique to women's bodybuilding because there's PEDs that are involved, and she was a person that didn't use any of that stuff. So we're like, well, see what happens. We met Mel, and she did well. I mean, now she's probably a BB Pro bodybuilder. But at the time, when women's physique was truly women's physique, she was too big, and they pushed her to bodybuilding because she was too big.
Like Jay, what's your thoughts?
Well, when I got my pro card, I did bodybuilding and physique because kind of the same issue. I was like too in the amateurs. I was too big for physique and about right for bodybuilding. But now that I'm pro, I'm almost not big enough for physique if they keep it up like they have it. I don't know. Tina made a good point too. I see a lot of physique competitors doing bodybuilding poses. I noticed I was always taught that you had to do the mandatory poses like what's in your division, and I noticed a lot of people have not been doing that. I've been seeing a lot of close
Women's
fit.
figure,
What's that?
women's figure pose, they're doing bodybuilding poses.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hitting front lap
yeah,
spreads and shit.
yeah. I mean, it's everybody's just it's a free for all now, right? I mean, not to side note, but I've noticed this is more in the amateur stuff, but we're seeing now people like break dancing stuff during their routines. So it's like I don't know. I think maybe the federation just wants to get as many people in and like make their money, right? Like so they're just whatever's popular, I guess, is why they're just
Yeah.
letting it happen.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the day,
Well,
it's so.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Well, I did a comparison video about a couple weeks ago. It was between two ladies who compete in the fitness division, and that is Jenny Worth and Judah and Tamara Vaughn. These ladies could, if you know fitness, they do some of them those poses like the figure competitors. These two ladies could do figure because I know I was watching
Mm-hmm.
the performance. I know Tamara had some issues. She's like wasn't steady, and then she talked about it. And Jenny's been in the game for a long time, and she did pretty good. She did fairly well. But you know, if the girls in these divisions, these women division, are getting, I would say, surpass what's the criteria, then why don't the IFBB say, you know what, let's sit down, let's figure out what's going wrong, and let's fix it. It makes sense.
Because they're trying to push too many shows. Like, here's a prime example. Tamer at the Titans says 125 shows that the muscle contest putting on. Who has time to work? I mean, and you got Tyler and Sandy and Steve traveling around the world. They were just in Prague this weekend, and you seen the shit about Steve being on the phone and Sansom coming in second and all this shit. Who has time to worry about criteria? Because people are still signing up. If the numbers drop, then they're concerned, but the numbers not dropping. So who has time? Again, remember, if y'all go and Google a video, YouTube video, when Sandy was explaining women's physique, no cross trainations in the ass. Guess what? All the girls got cross trainations in the ass now. So
Facts.
she didn't want that in women. She didn't even want it in women's bodybuilding. There's a video at her at a seminar saying what they were looking for at the amateur and pro level in women's physique and women's bodybuilding. No cross trainations, no cross trainations in the glutes. But guess what? And the only person that's probably following their criteria and hasn't lost the title and not worried about it is Andrea, because she keeps telling Andrea, don't change anything. This is what we want the women's look of what bodybuilding to be about. And she told, we were at a gym when she told us that Sandy told us, I said, well, what is your critique from Sandy? She's like, just come in a little bit more conditioned, but don't change a thing. Just always come in a little bit more conditioned. Guess what? She's a 6-time champ now. Shit. Because she's listening to what she's telling her to do. But again, Steve, Tyler, Jim, and all these other guys and Sandy, it's like, what is the true criteria of these two classes? And there's not. And shit, it's becoming a gray area of women's figure. Women's figure is sliding more over to women's physique. Women's physique is sliding more over to women's bodybuilding. So again, where is the gray area that they are going to define so that these women know what to shoot for? Because like Tina said, if you look at that picture of Angela Yo and Natalia smokes her. Yeah. Smokes her. Smokes her. And so you're telling me that's not women's bodybuilding? Or should Angela Yo go back to women's physique? That's the question. Come on now. Really, guys? Really?
Mhm.
Oh wow, look at that.
Come on. Seriously? Yeah. She smokes her. Waistline, quads,
Look at the
everything.
V taper on Dr. Natalia Cuejo.
Her muscle density too.
And her muscle density.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
crazy.
this is from the New York Pro.
That is not
That
women's physique. That is women's bodybuilding. And that's why Ashley and certain people jumped over because they understood where they were direction their bodies were going in or where they wanted their bodies to go, and they went over to women's bodybuilding. But that's not women's physique. Not even close. And I'm a judge. Shit. That's not even close.
Shoot.
And I'm
yeah.
a goddamn
Well,
14-year pro. That ain't goddamn women's physique. That's women's bodybuilding.
well, I'm going to show an interview. If you know my man David, he was just last weekend at the
Hurricane
Hurricane
Pro, I
Pro.
think.
Yeah, Hurricane Pro. And he's talking to a lady. Her name is Sylvia Hamtree. And Sylvia, I think if you look at this lady, you don't think she's figure. She competes in figure. So I'm gonna play the video.
Hey, this is David at Hurricane Pro. I'm really pleased to see the amazing Sylvia Hammondtree here competing in pro figure. How did you place at the show today?
I think I was 9. I was top 10, but I think I ended up at 9.
Okay, yeah, terrific. And you came from Tennessee, right? Yeah, very nice. It's great to see you.
Yes, nice to see you too.
You said it's been a couple years since you competed?
Yeah, it's been about 18 months since I've been on stage. I kind of took a little break and done some powerlifting and kind of changed my physique and posterior. But yeah, I'm back now, and it was amazing being back up there, seeing the hard work, pay off, and next to other girls. It was amazing.
That's awesome. You look like you could compete in physique if you wanted to.
No, I've been asked that a couple of times. My best friend is also, she's a women's physique pro, and she told me today, she's like, you want to switch? I'm like, I love figure. That's where my heart is, but who knows?
Yeah, you look amazing. Yeah, you really do. And the powerlifting, I think, yeah, that changes your physique for sure. Yeah.
I'm excited to see stage shows.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, you look amazing for sure. And what, do you know what show you might have planned next?
We might be looking at Atlantic Coast in 4 weeks.
Oh, at Fort Lauderdale. Oh yeah. Oh, cool.
And then I'll go into my office. So we'll be there or straight to office. I'll talk to my coach and make the decision.
That's great. I hope you can do get Atlantic Coast. That'd be awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Very cool. Would you mind doing a quick flex for me? Awesome. Thank you so much, Sylvia. It's nice seeing you.
Now, is it me or maybe just from my eye view, is she more closer to physique, or is she the criteria what you see a figure now?
If I was just walking past her, if I was just walking past her, I think she was a women's physique competitor.
She's a figure competitor.
Okay.
Well, this is a young competitor who, yeah, and this is a young competitor that Dave posted. She's a figure competitor, not as big and not as full, you would say, but she's still young and still growing. But if we look at other competitors over the years,
But it's a great look for figure.
yeah, it's a great look for figure because it looks more like I think what the aesthetics is, what the vision supposed to be, But again, when is it post? When are they going? Like I said, this year figure lost a couple of shows. They were part of the Legion where my big bro made his return last year at. They kicked out that Lean Physique. They got kicked out a couple of shows. Another show that was also in Florida, and that's why I'm paying a lot more attention to it because it's look like then you can't forget it got kicked out in Arnold, and it's just. Is it the fault of the competitors or is it the fault of the judges and the higher ups?
It always falls on the higher ups and the judges because they control what happens in narrative, and so they create whatever narrative they want. Think about it. We're talking about, everybody's like talking about two 6'2", 2 6'3" guys to 2 minions on stage when it came to Derek and Hadi compared to Andrew and Samson. So the problem is these judges need to do their due diligence and figure out what they actually want. I've never even seen. I've been a pro. We've been pros for 14 years. I haven't seen a book of rules. And every year, I played in the NFL for 8 years. Every year, the NFL are updating rules and changing things for the better of the sport, the safety of the sport. What have you seen the IFBB besides incorporating NASA? Players want to help these athletes find out the look that they need to go for. Every year, every professional sport, the MLB, I don't even know how much they're worth now because they're changing. They're constantly trying to appease the fans and make sure the players are safe. But how much are you seeing that in IFBB? That's the question. You don't see it. I've never seen a rule about what I have supposed to do in the 14 years I've been a pro and as long as I've been bodybuilding. Never. seen the rule. Nowhere.
Mm.
Every year when I play in the NFL, we got updated the rules and know what you can be fined and what were penalties, and the referees will come out to our scrimmages and show us stuff. What has the IFBB done to do any of that for the IFBB athletes? To understand, okay, Sandy says no cross-training, but yet there's cross-training. So should it be? So should there be something that is said about that? Of course there should. Don't go sit there on a video and say something, and then you got these girls coming out looking a certain way. It's like, what? Okay, you said it, the one who made the rule, but yet you got cross-training in their ass. That doesn't make sense to me. You know, you don't want girls muscle. I mean, she says this in video, how big they want girls and this, that, and other. Clearly, Natalia was a bodybuilder this year. And clearly, Sarah, you know, whether her qualms are, whatever case it be, you don't think Sarah's going to go chasing after that shit now? Absolutely. Because now she knows, and again, people have to understand, PEDs and Synthol are two different things. Because I heard the last podcast, one's not a drug and one's a drug. So let's make that clear. Synthol is something that stretches out the fasciitis to make the muscle grow. All these guys have been doing it for many, many years. And clearly that's something she was doing, because ain't no fucking way a woman, not natural woman, but woman can put on that much size in over a year. Ain't no fucking way.
No. We
No
all
way.
be giant.
You and my wife, I mean, seriously.
That's facts. I'll say it. That's facts. If so, my legs would be fucking ginormous. That's all I'm saying. We'd all be big. None of us would have a bad body part if that shit was PED. That's all I'm saying. Sure.
Yeah, that's the thing is that, you know, what's going on right now. If they like his thing about, we all know, if you're both of y'all, all the pros know that PEDs is only the thing to help you in your process for recovery. It doesn't help you grow as much. It's the training that helps you grow. But we use those as Synthol oil. It's just something as a filler. It's kind of like if
Yes.
you go get plastic surgery,
Yep.
you get like fillers in your lips to give more
Like
flow.
Botox or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, if that's helping you put in that size, do you really belong in that division anymore?
It helped her with
You got something
something
to say,
because she
Jamie?
looked nuts.
What you got to say, Jamie?
Oh, I mean, it's not against the rules, unfortunately, right? So like if they're, you know, and what are the rules, right?
Breaking
uh,
up a little bit.
but I think if you're like bigger, then yeah, you should be moved into a bigger division or a different division, because that's not the criteria. But like Keith was saying, like I've never even seen a rule book. No one really knows what the hell's going on anymore. So it's whatever the judges feel like of that day. Like at the Arizona Pro, the only thing they told me I needed was a wider back, and that was it. And I'm just sitting here looking at these women; they're ginormous. I'm like that's it. Like, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah. What do you say?
Are we still
Yeah,
on? Oh, okay.
yeah. Keith just keeps dropped out.
Oh, okay. But I don't think I could ever take synthol. I don't think that. I don't know. I mean, it's a personal choice, obviously, but I I don't think it like makes you look.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, whoever did a great job though.
Yeah,
It's like, holy shit, she
Hmm.
looked crazy. She
yeah.
looked absolutely nuts.
It did look amazing.
Yeah, yeah. You know, the thing is, you know, if Sarah was at one point was a criteria where the girls were chasing after styroid glutes, now they have to chase after Natalia. But then
And that
what?
sucks. And that sucks because it's like making a hypocritical statement. It's like they're all chasing Sarah's look. Sarah stays the same like Andrea, but she loses her title because she kept her criteria the same. She didn't get worse. Anybody thought she got worse than last year?
No,
Mm-mm.
So if she didn't get worse, and you're looking at two and says, okay, this is standard. Do you put the girl in second as the champion? That's what I don't understand. If that's the standard, which it should be the standard, and should still Sarah look crazy.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
it's just as you know, as myself and Alex and Josh, we're looking from the outside.
Yeah,
But
we're
it's
just
people like
fans.
yeah, but it's people like you and Tina and Jamie who sees this, who sees how the visions are changing. You see how the criteria is not where like when physique first came around, it was supposed to get away from women's bodybuilding. It's supposed to be its own division.
Hmm.
But then when you see where some of these women, like this one, like we mentioned Ashley, she was figure for a long time. Then she went to physique, and then she went to women's bodybuilding. Now she's number two in the world. If you look at Andrea, also she started out in figure as an amateur, turned pro in physique and then she switched over to bodybuilding, and now she's sitting on top of the world. There's other competitors who made that decision to go up. But here's what
Yep.
I'll find here: somebody would say this that as long as
Great
they can
point,
crack,
George.
yeah, as long as they crack in the top three, top five at the show or the Olympia, they're not going to move because it's just going to stay in the same place. They're going to be complacent. And while you're growing, and then you start falling down in in the placings where one show you were coming in second, or you won that show that year, or you come in third, then you're falling down to probably fourth to fifth to almost to dead last.
Well, remember what's your friends and black girl who did one in New York and Tampa? Maya. Remember she was dead last in Freeport and then came right to the New York Pro in Tampa and won the whole damn show.
Dang.
So clearly she was in the wrong class. So some of these girls know that what they need to do, and they just don't want. I mean, a prime example is a women's physique girl, and George, you know the story when Tina first won Rising Phoenix, and asked Tina why she Miss International, and asked her why she was doing women's bodybuilding with the attitude because she was a women's physique pro, and Tina's like, because I'm too big for women's physique now, so I have to move up classes. And the girl kind of looked at her and rolled her eye but it's we know another girl, George, who says, some girls don't want to move because they say women bodybuilding is not as feminine as women's physique and women's figure.
But you still look like a bodybuilder. You're just in a different category. So
Yeah.
what's the difference? I mean, how much shit does that?
Basically.
How much sense does that make? You don't look any different. You just in bodybuilding now, but you still look like the same as you did when you're in women's physique. How dumb is that? That's stupid. Sorry. I'm irritated.
That's the thing. Some people don't. Yeah, some people don't think about what they say. They don't choose their words wisely. Like I'll pull this picture up. I made this little thing. This is a picture of who you said like this. Who could be more close to the physique division? Who is closer to the women's bodybuilding division?
The girl in the middle is bodybuilder.
I mean, Sarah on the right's definitely what I would always think physique's supposed to be like.
Yep. Sarah's always, yep.
She's consistent.
Yep, Sarah's physique.
I mean, and again, she's consistent.
So is Andrea. So why do you not let Sarah stay the champ being consistent?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
And that's what I said. Why don't you let the see? I mean, here's the thing: is if she would have came in worse, it'd been different. But the Natalia girl came in bigger, harder, in great shape, but bigger, and that's not what women's physique is.
She should have been like fourth. Honestly.
She should have been like fourth, seriously, because that's not what the criteria we think.
And you don't want the
it's
girls,
supposed to be.
And you don't want the girls chasing that look because it doesn't look like physique, and this is where the problem starts. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because at the Olympia, I'm gonna pull her up. She was the one they did take fourth in women's physique. That is Brittany Herrera, and Brittany when she first started, she was doing physique for a long time, but if you look at her, she has put on a lot more size. Her, some say fourth place. Did she deserve that spot? Where we had someone like Bob Majan or a couple other competitors who probably deserved that spot. So I'm gonna pull it up right here. Brittany, she goes by Politically Flex if you follow on social media, but she's known by Brittany Herrera. She also did both the Tupelo. No, she did Texas and she did Atlanta. She won.
She won the
I think she
Texas,
won.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, she won Texas right after she took second Atlanta um to Megan Morrison. And she maybe, I don't know.
Mm. Her upper body says women's physique though.
Hmm. I agree.
Mhm. Yeah. But there's one thing she might need to bring her legs a little better, and also work on the midsection a bit.
That's one thing I have noticed. Like, there's some people that I don't know if they're just not timing their eating right and stuff. I've seen a lot of like a lot of pros that looked like especially the midsection. That seems to be like a problem area.
Distended.
Yeah, I noticed
Like,
that too.
like they ate too soon or they're spilling over. Like it, I did notice that even at my show. Even the girl that won the women's physique in Arizona Pro, Sarah Creel. She looked amazing, by the way. It's really sweet girl. Um, even with her, I felt like her midsection just needed a little. But I noticed that. Like I feel like kids, like that's why it's so discouraging when they want us to be bigger. It's because I feel like now people are just kind of not about conditioning. Like they're just like, yeah, I just gotta have big legs, back, big arms, and that's not. I don't know. That's not what I thought physique used to be like.
Yeah. Sarah, she's also a young competitor.
Yeah.
I think maybe in a few years, if she puts on maybe a little more size, she probably could do women's bodybuilding.
Oh, of
You
course.
know, I mean,
No,
her,
I, she
yeah,
could, yeah. I can see the potential. I can see the potential. Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah.
yeah,
Young
yeah,
muscle.
mhm. Yeah. Another person I think somebody mentioned to me also that could possibly go up, maybe because she was figured for a good while, and she made the switch, and I got to see her live in person while I was in Tampa, and that's Paula Ranta. And Paula, I think
Ooh-wee.
she was eighth or ninth at the Olympia. Last year she debuted, but it's just barely a year. She has really put on some
Looks
size.
like women's physique right there, right? Her upper body. She's too big in the bottom. She's disproportionate to me. She's big in the bottom and little on top.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
She's got big legs and little
Yeah.
arms.
Yep.
Maybe she should try wellness.
Yes.
Sorry.
Wellness. No, I
I don't
can't see her
know.
doing wellness.
I'm just being a smart ass.
Mm, well, wellness is some of those women, is were either one time figure or physique. Shanique Grant, she went down to wellness, but then people always talk about she's going to crack the top 10, but she got 16th. She tied for 16th. But Shanique took that time off to to maybe work on some things in her life, and then she made a return. Sarah, like I said again, she's only 25 years old. She's still
Hmm.
young. She still has time to develop. She has time to grow. Yeah. Right. Like, is it anybody else? If y'all look at now, kind of fits the criteria in the divisions other than Sarah and people like Andrea.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. I mean, I don't really bikini people that much, and that even bikinis change now, right? Because now we have fit model, which is supposed to be what bikini originally was supposed to be. So I don't know. I feel like those are really the only two that.
I mean, believe it or not, bikini is starting to look more like figures. Well, some of them
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Tina said straight off the street. That's what fit model is.
Yeah, straight off the street.
Like
Sorry.
I said, I had don't be sorry. I had a pleasure to interview a couple
I
ladies
told you
just
that's why I shouldn't be on your show.
hey, not a problem. You're always welcome guest, my dear. I mean, I mean, we all know this is more about for fit model. It's more about a money thing.
Yeah.
It's about bringing in a division that brings in attention. But here's the thing: I go back to this. This division will eventually evolve. You can't expect. Okay, you can tell the ladies, hey, stay like this, but then eventually, how influential bodybuilding is, how the lifestyle of training, working out can be. It will eventually affect the competitors. They, it's hard to stay in a place where you're outgrowing. So would it be better
Wesley.
just to go ahead? Yeah, would it better just go ahead, just so you know what? I can't, just go ahead and advance, open that opportunity for myself or as a competitor,
Yeah,
because you
just give it a
pigeonhole
shot.
yourself.
Well,
Yeah,
women's
yeah.
bodybuilding is always going to have fewer girls because, no, I mean, I'm not taking away from anything from any other division. It is the, excuse my French, hardest fucking division there is for women. It is a bitch. And I'm here to tell you, there is not a lot of people that have the discipline and the time and the energy to do women's bodybuilding. And that's just facts. And I can say that because I've been a 9-year pro now. This shit is hard. I got kids. I got a full-time job. I run a business. I get up at 2. I get home late as shit at night. I get 4 hours of sleep. But guess what? I still do it. But it's fucking hard. It is hard as shit. Even Maya, when she first came over, she was like, man, she's like, I thought women's physique was hard. This shit's hard. Not only do you have to be conditioned, but you got to be big. And as a female, it's hard to be big, period. So now you want us to be big and lean. Well, shit. I mean, it's a hell of a lot easier to be a marathon runner, right? You're lean mass, run all the time. And when you're moving up to a division where you have to try to keep the stamina of being ginormous, and then on top of that, lose all my fat but keep my muscle. Oh, and let's keep my cortisol levels low and my hormones right. And all that has to match for you to look the way you need to look on stage. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. And I don't honestly think people, even in our division that are not bodybuilders, understand how truly hard our division is. And I'm just saying that because I am a bodybuilder, and I know, especially with my height, it is hard as shit. In the last 6 weeks, I mean, Keith will tell you, I busted my ass to put 10 pounds of muscle on. Busted my ass. It was brutal. So for the outcome to be what it was even more detrimental to me because Steve Weinberger and their crew told me exactly what I needed to do. I go into the Chicago Pro, and this makes no fucking sense. I go into the Chicago Pro conditioned and big. He wants me a little bit bigger. So we put 10 pounds of muscle on. I took fourth, right? On an Olympian judge panel. I go to Anaheim and I end up ninth, 10 pounds bigger, and did exactly what he told me to do. So, how does an Olympian judge have me when I'm smaller than he wants me to be, and I'm still placing in the top 4? But yet, I do what the Olympian judge tells me to do, and I go to another panel of judges, and they place me ninth, and I'm better. How does that make sense? And 3 of the girls that I beat that look the exact same in Chicago, I lose to when I go to Anaheim. Like, make that make sense. How does that make sense?
It sounds like that, Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump math. Like he said, I'm like 6% to a third.
You
Like,
got 33% chance or something like that.
And I got
yeah,
my critique back, and my critique was amazing. Keith will tell you,
Yeah.
there was nothing but my physique was phenomenal.
Best
My
condition.
lines, best condition, all the things. I got so much fucking praise on my look, and I ended up ninth. Well, tell me why I ended up ninth. I mean,
and then
I don't know.
it,
It just
it
doesn't make sense.
seems at the same show, a girl who won a qualification at the Rising Phoenix, because
Yeah.
Jamie was there, she got 10th.
She got dead last. How do you qualify for
Hmm.
the Olympia the week before and end up dead last in the show a week later? That's not possible. Make that make sense.
Uh, it's that
Nah, I'm
Scott
just
Steiner.
really
Is that
frustrated.
I know that's why you come on. You want to vent, you can vent. It's that Scott Steiner math. Yeah.
Hmm.
You already know.
You don't have enough time for me to say everything I need to say.
If I want to, sweetheart, I'll make time if I want to. But
That's
yeah,
not the words.
that's a thing about this. It's we've seen shows where we've seen competitors that they fit the criteria, but then whatever, depending on the judge in front of, it changes. You know, because I remember last year we did the Grand Prix. You were fourth.
Yes.
That we
And
sure would. Four.
and he loved my look. He was like, "You have a beautiful physique." He's like, "Don't change anything, but just get a little bigger." And he said, your body, upper body. I've always been told my upper body's good. It's always the legs because my legs are so long to come in a little bigger. And guess what? I did. Like, I don't know what more you want me to
Look at
do.
that.
It is time.
Hmm. I mean, you just saw the pictures from it, and she looked
Woo-wee.
amazing. I
Look at
mean,
that back.
you know, yeah, the
Yeah.
back looked great. I
And that was
mean,
ninth place.
Should have placed higher, but
That was when I took fourth.
yeah. But again, it goes back to the judges. They're the ones who sit and set the criteria. When you are seeing women who are Olympic level competitors who are in a division where maybe they should consider moving up or moving down. Like you look at Chelsea, she's with Chelsea, like both you and Chelsea are tall girls.
Yes.
So it takes a lot to put a lot of the size. Should Chelsea go to physique or go to figure? If you
I
look
think
at
she'd do well in that. And I think she'd do well in physique, to be honest.
yeah,
She just has a pretty look. I need
yeah.
Sheena to come back because Sheena and I always did well in the same shows because she's a little taller as well. The more taller girls that I have at shows, it seems like the better I do because there's more girls to compare me with. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
And when I'm the
No,
odd man out and I'm 5'9" against 4'11" girls, you don't have anybody to compare me to because nobody on stage looks like me.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing is, it's just it's like oranges and apples and compare it to it. We have your comment. Shout to my man KL, the one in here. He says, "What up? What up, brother?" And going back to again to the figure division, you know, should the division be like I don't know, shut down and become a new physique division, and women's physique become the new like lightweight women's body division?
Maybe we should have
he,
like
he
bodybuilding, and
said it should be shut down.
then we'll have bodybuilding 2.0, and
Well,
then we'll
how
have
about you?
figure 2.0.
What about you? What you think about that, Jamie?
I don't
Because
know.
you're a physique competitor.
Yeah,
I
what we just
thought
shut
about.
down.
I thought there should be like maybe another. Fuck it, they made fit model. Let's make another division. Like, why not, right? I feel like more than anything, especially in physique, like I said before, there's so many different sizes and styles of people in my division right now. It is so hard to know what to go by. And honestly, I'm just gonna stick to what I've been doing. Hope for the best. Because I mean, we
That's
are
what
at
you
the
do.
mercy of the judges. It's not. You know, it's not about what we think, which it should be, but unfortunately.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, that's the thing that, truthfully, to the athletes, y'all opinions should matter because y'all the ones who are on the stage. Y'all the ones who are, putting the time, the money, and the work into the sport. And what get back little to no reward other than maybe, hey, I might get to the Olympia, or I might get. Well, I could say you say you go to the Arnold, but you don't have that anymore.
Right.
Or it's just understanding what do you want? What do you want from us? What do you want this
What
world
more
to
do you
look like?
want from me?
Yes, that's the title of the
Yeah.
Well, they tell us what they want, but they never follow it. So it doesn't matter if they tell us or not.
Okay.
Cliff Bomar said it best to me before he passed away. God rest his soul. He was an Olympian judge. And he said, Tina, I'm going to tell you the one thing that I can tell you that will be the best advice anybody can give you. And he said, don't chase any look. Don't look at any girl and want to look like him. Go in looking the way you look your best. Every show, that's what he told me. Look your best. Whether it's bigger, and see, lean is not good for me because I'm tall, so I need to be bigger. So honestly, I think Cliff's right. Every girl needs to go in looking what they look like at their best and forget everything. And whatever it is that they end up is what they end up. I mean, honestly, that was the best advice I've ever gotten from a judge.
Yeah, that's pretty, pretty good, smart judge. I think it does make sense, But the thing is that everybody's going to chase after the popular kid, and if you look at the visions, the popular person for a good while, especially with a figure, was Sarah Vegas. I'm sorry, not Sarah Vegas. It was Sid Gillen, and that was the dominant look for about 8 Olympias. Now you have a new look with Red Gale. Question is how long she's going to hold it, because there's a couple of competitors who might take that title. One person I felt like who deserved it, to me personally, in my opinion, was Lola Montez. No, I think she had a great look, very good line. There's always something that I don't know what the judges see. Maybe just like I said again, maybe I have some prejudice because I think she deserves it, but the judges see something else. Then you go back to Sarah, who when she came the title, everybody started chasing after her look for a good while. Then Natalia came in. Question is, how long Natalia's going to hold it, especially if she's going to jump and do these shows like she just did Mexico right after the Olympia. She might do Atlanta Coast, that's next month. And then she's done shows like Pittsburgh and York back to back. And you look at Andrea, who's, as I say like this, she's perfect. There's nothing other than maybe some little things, tweaks here and there, there's nothing more she can do.
That's the
She's right.
standard.
Yeah, she's at the top. She's the standard. But it's hard for these other women to chase after that standard because, like, with Ashley, she's shorter.
Yeah.
She's like,
Hmm.
If you look at you look at Angela, she's bit more, she's more leaner.
Yeah.
And then you look at someone like Lavinia, she has good stuff, but one thing I would say distracts her is like her and another competitor is their cannons. I mean, or another person like if Raheem Hamlin, his girlfriend.
Oh Lord.
And,
Russian bear.
see,
The Russian bear.
Jamie, we talk about this. Natalia Koleva. She was also at Rise of Peace with you, and
Yeah.
she's a big Russian girl,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
she had. So, and Raheem's the guy who comes out. He's a fan of hers. He always talking about how she trains with Russian bears. But I think the thing is that, like Tina said, everybody shouldn't chase after that look. Work on what you have. Make your improvements. And if you come in with the right shape, the right conditioning, everything comes, the stars align, you can be champion. Maybe next year, people get tired of the back and forth between um, Sarah and Natalia. I can see some Benton in there
Hmm.
and winning because she has a great look. She's a lot more bigger if you look at the upper body and the shoulders. Her traps and stuff are just crazy because I saw it live when she competed at Tampa. Or if
Or
you look
Rachel
at